Okay, good evening, everyone. It's Total Investor here, everyone's favorite YouTube investment channel. Today, I'm going to be reviewing 5 different breakout stocks. Now, these are primarily large cap stocks where you have lots of volume going through, so you can get in and out, no problem. Certainly not pump and dumps, not penny stocks. So they're not something that can easily be moved by recommendations one way or another. Keep in mind that everything I say today in this video is for educational purposes only. Nothing that I say should be considered as financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor, so please keep that in mind. And let's start off with the very first one. The first one is 3D Systems, symbol DDD. It topped out way back in February, early February, came down, found a bottom at around upper teens. We had the buy signal when it first crossed above the, when the DIs crossed in the positive territory back in May 17. You'll see here that the RSI also crossed above its trigger line, the 50 mark, on the same day. So that would have gotten you in at around $25, give or take. And that would have been your buy signal. It was also above the 10-day moving average and the 50-day. Okay, so everything was a go there. And since then, it has pulled back. It has topped out at around low 30s and pulled back. Today's action, it broke out from this recent high. So everything is still on the go. The RSI is still above 50. The stock is above both moving averages, the 10 and the 50-day. They're both moving upwards, and the DIs are still in positive territory. What's the target? Well, you take this price down here, about $17. This price over here, that's about 33. So we're talking, if my math is correct, what's that? $16. Add that $16 to this price here, and you have its initial target. Maybe it can get as high as 55, the old highs. But that might be pushing it a little bit. Okay, again, that's just a technical target. It doesn't mean that it has to reach that. Okay. Next is Nano Dimension. NNDM is a stock symbol. It has been in a downtrend since late January. It finally reached its low mid-May. We got our first buy signal here. If we're looking at the latest buy signal down here at late May, when the DIs had crossed into bullish territory, that was around $7. Also, at about the same day, the RSI crossed its buy and sell trigger line into positive territory back on, again, late May. Okay, so same day, that would have got you in at around 750. Okay, just using that. It bottomed out, reached intermediate high of 8 and I believe that's 8 1/4, and started to consolidate for about the past 2 weeks. Now it isn't quite there in terms of the stock price action, but it's not going to take much for this thing to break out and move higher. And I think that this one really has more opportunity. The indicators are just moving ahead of schedule, okay? But everything looks good as is. It's above both moving averages, the 10-day and the 50-day. And I think that if you really want to wait, you can do so. That probably would be wise to wait until it breaks out above this particular day's high and closes there. Okay, so again, everything looks good on NNDM. Next is Plug Power, PLLG. A lot of these stocks have the same price pattern. It topped out back in late January at 75, pulled back all the way down below 20. Had a little bit of resistance here. This line here, the $30 area, was support. It was originally resistance, then became support, support again, resistance, resistance. So this is a very significant level, $30. It goes from support to resistance. Right now, we are at support because it pulled back to the $30 area. It did dip slightly below that. Yes, I know. But we are now above that, and now we're just waiting for it to close above this previous high, and we're on the go. The last buy signal was here back in mid-May when the RSI crossed above 50. If you're looking specifically for a buy on the DIs, not the best indicator here. It just went back and forth, unfortunately, just because of the price action. But lately, it just did cross today, back into positive territory. The stock is above the 10-day moving average and above the 50-day moving average. So this looks like a go as well. What's the target? Well, we take the bottom here at, I believe that's $18, 34, subtract the 2. I think that's, I can't think. It's late in the evening here. I think it's 16 bucks. I hope. So add $16 to this level. I believe that's 28, and you got your price projection. Okay, that's Plug Power. Next is PLTON, or PLTON Interactive, PTON. Again, similar price pattern. Makes this high early January, comes all the way down, finds a support level at 80. We finally start to move up above previous support. This becomes resistance, breaks through, and it consolidates. Okay, a lot of these stocks are consolidating after the initial move upwards. This one has done so for the past, more than 2 weeks. I think it's about 3 weeks now, where it's moved sideways between 100 and roughly $115. It finally broke through this consolidation area today. Okay, the RSI is still above 50 level. Okay, it broke through that way back in late May. And we got the DIs are still in positive territory. The stock is above the moving average, the 10-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. So this is a go as well. Again, price projection, the low here. This price minus the low, and then you add that difference to here, and you will get the price projection. Okay, no time frame. When it happens, it happens. And of course, you might want to consider using stops in case if some of these just don't work out. Always have stops in mind. And finally, the last one is Virgin Galactic Holdings. SPCE is a stock symbol. Yes, same basic price pattern, topped out in early January, collapsed down to 15. Okay, it lost 2/3 of its value. Started to move back up. It gave its initial, or the last buy signal on with using the DIs. They crossed over here on very high volume back in late May. You would have probably gotten in at upper 20s. Okay, you'd still be in. The RSI gave its buy signal when it crossed above 50. I believe that is the same day. So let's say if you would have gotten in $26, $27, you would still be making money today. It did consolidate again for 2-3 weeks here, move sideways. It broke out of this price range today. So that gives us a technical buy signal. What's the price target? Well, we take this low, the difference between this high and this low. It looks like we've got maybe $24. So add $24 to the bottom of this price trend here, and you got your target. And maybe we might get to the old highs here of around the $60 level. Maybe. Of course, we do want the general market as a whole to be in a bullish mode. Okay, we certainly don't want a big correction, a mini crash, or call it whatever you want, because that's going to hurt our chances of these stocks moving up, and also you're just not going to make as much. So if the general market participates, then these stocks should do quite well. Okay, again, as I said before, everything I tell you is just for educational purposes, not for financial advice. If you have any questions on these particular stocks that you want reviewed, or any other stocks really, or commodities, or even cryptos, please, down in the comment section, if you have any questions, write it down there. I may answer your questions in the comments down below, or if I feel that I need to express myself differently, so I might end up posting a video on the stocks that you ask me. If I do, you want to be notified, please subscribe. For whatever reason, some people just don't subscribe to this channel. You're missing out on a lot of opportunities. Okay, don't. Just go to the bottom right hand corner of the video. You will see an icon of George Washington. Click on that, and YouTube will notify you when I post a new video. Okay, and also, if you can, big thumbs up. And with that, I will see you in the next video. Thank you.